Hi, Impactors. It's your host, Jerry Perkins. Thank you for joining us for an impact discussion. So, I'm super excited for our first impact discussion, and I know the mission of impact is to uplift the community and engage the community by raising awareness and highlighting influential aspects of our society. But I also, as the producer and host of Impact, want to keep it real because I believe that having candid discussions that are starting the discussion and continuing the discussion in communities are going to help us bridge the gap between the issues that are occurring within our lives and how we can come together and unite as one community to solve those issues, whether they're, political, economic, social, or personal. So let's keep it real. Alrighty. So I want to just start off with saying a little testimony that I've had recently, events that are happening in my life. So for those of you who know me, know that I've been trying to, get my driver's license for a long time. When I was 16 years old, I went to driving school and did my classroom instruction and, started to practice. And, it was never really a need for me to get my license in high school because, I lived close to my school and my parents would always just take me to school. So it was like no biggie. But as I got older, I went off to college and I started my internship at NBC right after high school. So every summer I was super busy, interning and learning so many wonderful things that, I never really got the chance, or put the time in because I was so busy to, take the steps towards getting, my license in terms of, the behind the wheel test and, making sure I'm prepared and ready. So it got to a point where I was off at school and, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm turning 21. I don't have my license. I took the behind the wheel test twice and I didn't do well. I failed and I'm just starting to get down on myself like what am I going to do? And I think to myself like, okay, Jerry, this is something you really want. This is something you really need. And God knew that where he has planned for me to go, that I'm going to need that independence and freedom and I'm going to need that license so that I can transport myself from point A to point B, save up, get a car and just be free and independent to go where I need to go and do what I need to do. So, this go around with the behind the wheel test, I read the driving book again. Oh, that's another thing. So because I got my permit at 16, but it kept on expiring because I didn't take the behind the wheel test and I didn't pass the behind the wheel test twice. So it kept on expiring. So this time I'm like, Jerry, like, this is it. It's now or never. You got to get it, So I read the driving book again, passed my permit test, no problem. And then I went out on a lesson with the driving instructor. I've watched videos on YouTube on how to fail the driving test, how to pass the driving test. And I practiced, every day on skills and maneuvers and just being comfortable so that, I can, take steps towards being a licensed driver. So I just want to report a praise report. Thank you, Lord. I took my driving test and I got my license. So watch out, San Jose, California. Watch out, Jefferson City, Missouri, because I'm a licensed driver and I'm coming to a road near you. So I'm super excited to see my hard work pay off. Super, super excited, super thankful. Shout out to my parents. Shout out to my mom for being always willing to take me out driving. Shout out to my dad, even though he was scared, shaking, like, oh my gosh. Thank you for your prayers, Daddy. Thank you for your prayers, Mommy. Thank you to my community for your prayers and support with this journey to getting my license. And shout out to my roommate Kiana, because when we left for school, she's like, girl, you better go home and you better practice your driving and you better get your license and save up for a car. Like, thank you, Kiana, for always motivating me to be independent. And I'm just super excited. So thank you to all the wonderful people in my life who never stopped believing in me and, helped me. Shout out to my driving instructor at Advantage Driving School. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And shout out to my DMV instructor who passed me, because Lord help us, it could have gone either way. So I'm super thankful. And I say that because it is so important in life to stay encouraged no matter what you're going through. For me, a trial that I was going through, and I don't know if it was really a trial, but it was something that was stressing me out, was giving me anxiety, that I could not get my license. And in life, I've always been the type of person that when I see something I want, I work hard and I get it. And, for the longest time, I would point the finger at, everyone but myself for me not having my license, in terms of, I wasn't able to practice, or, the car wasn't available, for me to practice, or, there were certain procedures, when you're taking steps towards getting your license, in terms of insurancing, vehicles, and making sure that it's safe for you to drive, and, legal. So I was upset, very discouraged for a long time. And, I had to change my mindset around and say to myself, I have to do what it takes in order to get this. So it was times where I was negative, but I tried my best to just never give up. I think that's the biggest lesson, to stay encouraged and to never give up. Never give up. Because in life, for me right now, the big hurdle was the driver's license. For you all, it may be, school, finances, family issues, relationship issues, weight issues, mental issues, emotional, spiritual, whatever it is. And I mean, obviously, everybody struggles with those issues as well. I know that it's a journey. Personally, I've struggled with a lot of those issues as well, just making sure that, it comes from the inside out, mind, body, and spirit. When that's on one accord, it just truly allows you to be successful in every other area of your life. So I say this testimony because I want you all to stay encouraged, no matter what you're going through in life, to know that you can do it. And I say that also because it's very important to develop a plan of action. When you have a goal you want to achieve, it is so important to develop tools and strategies to help you achieve that goal. How do you do that? Well, it's important to write this down. So whether it's a journal, whether you type it out, write your goal down and keep a copy of it handy, because when you say this to yourself every day, you affirm what you want to achieve, and you take steps towards working towards achieving that goal, because you are making a conscious effort every day. So it's important to write it down and have others who keep you accountable, hold you accountable to that plan of action. And shout out to one of my mentors, Miss Nobles, because she preached to me the importance of having a plan of action. And for example, for me with my driving, my plan of action was confidence. I need to be confident. That's my goal, because confidence is going to lead me to passing the driving test. So how do I do that? Read the driving book, study the driving book, watch the videos, go out with an instructor. At all means necessary, get that driver's license. So I encourage you all to develop a plan of action for whatever it is you're trying to achieve in your life. Hold yourself accountable, and a part of a plan of action is working on yourself, like we said, inside out. So developing characteristics that are going to lead you to achieving that goal. What does that mean? For me, a big thing for me is self-control, and characteristics such as self-control, developing a good work ethic, determination, dedication to whatever goal you're trying to achieve, and, effective effort and efficient effort, and it's just so important to having these characteristics in order to achieve your goal. So this time, I just leave you with encouraging words for our impact discussion today. And this was the first of many impact discussions that I hope to do. And I just want to tell you, like, we're going to get real on here. I know you see me, reporting and doing all these things with impact and positive and raising awareness. And I definitely want to keep that because that is the mission of impact. And I thank you, impactors, for believing in that mission and tuning into impact. But I also, as a young rising activist and journalist, I want to make sure that I'm real with my audience. And I see you all tuning in to the videos and stuff. I'm like, okay, like some people actually watch my stuff. So let me, talk about something that can cut deeper and like help people get through what it is they're going through in life, because I feel like everybody doesn't have to go through the same struggle. We learn from others' struggles so that we don't have to repeat the same struggle. So if there's ever anything personally that I'm going through, I definitely want to pay it forward to the next generation by saying, hey, I was in this situation once upon a time. This is what happened. So, they can understand that these are the implications and consequences of action, so that they know, like, if you make this mistake, this is what it's leading to, so that you don't make the same mistake. But impactors, I have the tendency to ramble. So at some point in time, you may just have to cut me off, tell me when it's time to stop. Well, impactors, I love you. I thank you for watching. And I want you to tune in to JCTV this fall to catch impact, to catch me in action. We're going to have a lot of great things on the show. So tune in, stay tuned. And also stay tuned this summer. I have great guests coming. We're going to do a segment raising awareness for autism. So stay tuned, and I'm excited to share my work with you. I love you. Until next time, stay blessed. Oh, and don't forget, follow Impact with Jerry Perkins on all social media platforms. Links will be in the description box. Thank you. Have a great day. Until next time, stay blessed.